And that was the hardest part, is walking with your family through where we're all believers and we've all given our lives to Christ, and to walk through what God could do and he didn't do was really hard.
How are you reconciling that now?
I feel a lot of strength around what we're taking back by making this book not just for Sam and our cousins. About 2 months after TJ died, I got a sword tattoo, and part of it was because I was like, "If this is a war, you have awoken me." And so some of that is my reconciling of like, I know what we're working with. And I'm not sure I knew what we were working with before. And now I know what we're working with. And so every copy of this book that lands in the home of a family that needs hope and help is a defeat for the enemy. And I love that stuff. I love that. So that's some of my reconciling, is I have a better view of the war we're actually in. Personally, between me and Jesus, it can be hard some days where I go, man, what do I do with you not doing what seems to have made a lot more sense than what happened? But he said, I mean, I'm sure your life has allowed this too, where you go, explain to me why you did what you did. Oh, you're not going to explain it to me? Okay, well, then I'm going to bring it up probably 55 more times this lifetime. And then, and so it just is. I mean, there's just a bucket of things that don't make sense to me. And, and TJ is a large part of that part of the story of my life.
Yeah. And we're the lucky ones because we have a hope.
Can you imagine?
No.
How do people do, if this is what the world is like and there is no eternal hope, what is humanity about? What is going on? What a disastrous thing to have to be a person if there is no hope beyond death. I I don't know how they do it. Maybe non-believers are stronger than me, because I don't know how you do it. But thanks be to God that I've never had to know how to survive the death of a child without the hope of Jesus. I've never had to experience that.
I mean, it's hard enough to just get through every day sometimes.
Right. I struggle through breakups, Steph. I mean, are you kidding? Like, I'm crying my way through a breakup and needing the hope of Jesus. That isn't even the death of a sibling or a spouse or a kid or a parent. I mean, it's a breakup. So, yeah, life is hard enough
Your life is hard
before.
enough.
The in between massive traumas are little t traumas all the time.
Yeah.
And without the hope of Christ, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah. No, it's true. But I can't even tell you how many times, and I kind of told you this before we started recording, but I just being in the field that I'm in, can't tell you how many times people have said, "Hey, my uncle died," or "Hey, my cousin," or "My grandpa died," or
Yeah.
"Someone died, and what I need to talk to my kid about this." And like, where give me a book. Give
Yeah.
me a book.
That's it. That's it.
And I mean, like, so many times, even just today, somebody I was telling them about this interview, and they're like, "I can't wait to give that book to my sister who just lost a baby so that
Yes.
they can read it to her son." It's just a needed resource because there are books out there, but there aren't that many that really just like head on say, "This is what happened, and this is our hope, and this is, like, this is ABC, this is it." Because I think it can be really easy to kind of gloss over grief and death and
Yes.
loss when it comes
Yes.
to kids, because 'cause you're like, "Oh, they're little. They're
They're
okay.
resilient.
Their
Yeah.
kids are resilient,"
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
they'll
That's right.
figure it out. But why is it so important to talk to our kids about this?